What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and this time we are on the War Within beta, and we're making a video about something you really need to know about before the War Within comes out for gold making purposes. Now, even if you're not interested in gold making but you want to skill up your own professions, this will be really important to know about, and we have covered this before, but we haven't gone into exactly how to do this. So basically, when the War Within beta started, and in the Dragonflight as well, we were flying around gathering treasures. I am currently making videos on those treasures to show you all the locations, and in the past those treasures gave you both artisan security and knowledge points. Now what happened then was that people flew around, gathered professions, or gathered treasures for professions, and then they dropped those professions to farm artisan security. We call this profession shuffling, where for example you pick up herbalism and tailoring, then you gather all the treasures for those two, then you drop those two, and then you go for mining plus engineering, gather those treasures and drop those professions, and just farm artisans metal in Dragonflight or acuity in the War Within. Now they have taken that out. You still get knowledge points for those treasures, but you no longer get the acuity from them, which is a good change. You no longer have to go through the profession shuffle to get enough acuity to make your things, but you still want to grab the treasures for the knowledge points. That being said, they took out the acuity, but they gave everyone a one-time quest that now gives you 200 acuity without having to do anything. You go, you pick up the quest, talk to an NPC, and get 200 acuity for free. Now that same quest also gives you a bunch of materials, which will really help you out when it comes to gold making early in the expansion. Speaking of things that will help you make gold in the War Within, especially at the start but throughout the entire expansion, check out my War Within Goldmaking Guide through the link down below, where we have deep dived into every single profession, talking about how to spend your knowledge points to maximize your gold making potential, how to make gold as well, in different ways with every single profession. Like for jewel crafting, you can focus on crafting profession equipment, gems, you can prospect ores and make gold that way, you can focus on glass crafting, stone crafting, or even making gear and making gold from crafting orders. We diversify and talk about every single profession and how to make gold with those, and we talk about both crafting, farming, and just how to make gold in general. We have identified a bunch of really good gold farms so far on the beta that you will have access to on day one. Now I'll make videos on those farms as well, but they will be launching gradually over time. Meanwhile, those of you who have the guide, you will have those farms from day one, allowing you to farm the best gold you can and the most gold per hour as well. In addition to that, when you buy the guide, you get access to a gold making Discord server where I give you guys early access to videos and even exclusive videos. That means when the War Within comes out, and if I find any absolutely ridiculously great gold farms, you will have access to them before they go public on YouTube. In addition to that, when we find something really sick, I might make that exclusive, which means I'll make a video about it, talk about it, but keep that video private and share it with you guys that have the guide. So if you want my help and you want if you want the best help I can give you when it comes to making gold and you want to support me at the same time, check out the gold making guide through the link down below and use the code Solheim to get it for half price. This is also a one-time purchase, by the way, so when it gets updated, you will get those updates sent to you for free, which means when 11.1 comes out, like the next patch of the War Within comes out, when the guide gets updated, you still get those updates for free. So yeah, check it out, link down below, and if you do, thank you so much. Now let's talk about the quest that has replaced the artisan's acuity from the treasures in the War Within, and for this you want to go to this place right here in the Crafter's Enclave in Dornogal. Now if you haven't played the beta, it might take a little bit of getting used to where everything is when the War Within comes out, but this is basically the crafting area, and the crafting orders will be inside here as well, so I've made a mark with the pin share right here. You go inside, and this is where you place the crafting orders. For example, Clerk Ardvian, you have crafting orders right here that you can then place, and then you have my orders as well. Now the quest that you care about is right here from Roldira. This is also the requisition officer over here, so you talk to this person, gives you a quest, and this one is called Crafting to Order. And as you can see, when I pick this up, we get something called a Satchel of Ore, a Algarian leatherworker satchel, or a tailor satchel, and you can only pick one of them, so you pick one of these based on what you want to get, based on the professions that you have. In this case, I have tailoring, for example, so I'm probably going to pick tailoring, but we also have the option to pick ore or leatherworking as well. Now, for this quest, all you have to do is talk to this person right here. It basically shows you where the crafting orders are in the War Within, and that's it. That's the quest. Now you've done the quest, you go back to this person right here, complete the quest, and I'm once again going to take the tailoring satchel. Now you do get a follow-up, by the way, which is crafting orders for tailoring, so you can do that as well to use the tailoring work table. And it is worth noting that when you do these quests, which is kind of just like the introduction quest, you then get access to the brand new weekly quest for crafting professions, which is the crafting orders weekly quest. So in this case, we now have a weekly quest called tailoring services requested to do 3 tailoring orders every single week, and this gives you 2 knowledge points for tailoring. This is specifically for crafting professions, because you can't really do crafting orders for gathering, but yeah, crafting professions do this real quick introduction quest, which once again takes no time. And we also get this satchel, and when we open this satchel, I'm just going to open the satchel and then move the chat and stuff so you can see exactly what I got. But you can see I just picked up a bunch of things. I'm going to hide my web camera for just a second here so you can see exactly what we got. We ended up getting 30 weaver cloth, rank 1. We got 200 acuity, so that's a one-time quest that you can do on all your characters, by the way. We got 10 storm dust, because we need that for tailoring as well. We got something called a soul sigil, which is a optional crafting reagent. We got 8 ley line residue and 8 writhing samples. Now, will tailoring be the best one to go for? Probably not, because you can, for example, go for the herb pouch. If you have, if you pick up alchemy, for example, you will get the herb pouch to help you for alchemy. It's based on the professions that you have, plus something random. So, for example, I had the satchel for ores that I could have picked up as well, even though I have no professions for ore. But we had both tailoring and leathers, because we have leather and tailoring, well, skinning plus tailoring, so we had the option to pick those up. So it's random plus the professions that you have, which means if you have alchemy, for example, you can pick up the herb ones, and alternatively you can do the ore ones as well. And the reason why I say the tailoring one might not be the best one to go for is that people are going to be farming cloth like a madman. When it comes to group farming, cloth is so easy to come by, especially quality 1. If you were able to get quality 2 or quality 3, this would be way better, but quality 1 cloth will be found in heaps when it comes to just farming with tailoring and farming humanoids. So tailoring might not be the best one to go for, but once again you get 200 acuity and a bunch of materials. This is a one-time quest, but you can do it on all of your characters. So once again, if you haven't made your alt army yet, here's another reason to make an alt army, because not only do you have access to, for example, if you have tailoring plus alchemy, you print gold through your daily cooldown crafting. So tailoring, for example, we have access to, do I have any knowledge points? I don't have the skill points. But when it comes to specializations, you can do some cooldown crafts in tailoring in the War Within, which really means you want to have a bunch of alts in the War Within. Now, in this case, you can pick these up on day 1 and probably sell them for an inflated price, because everyone wants to skill up their professions on day 1. So if you have 100 level 70s, you can go here and pick up this quest. It takes no time, and you get a bunch of materials. I'm actually going to go on a different character right now to show you what the other ones looks like as well, because the tailoring one was not really that impressive. So for example, here I am on my Gathering Druid. We picked up the same quest once again, crafting to order, we talked to this guy, and then we get the ability to pick one of these pouches. In this case, we still have the same ones, even though we have herbalism, so we have the tailoring satchel, we have the ores, and we have the leatherworker satchel. In this case, I'm going to go for the leatherworking satchel, so we can see what we get from the leatherworking one, and in this case it looks a little bit more promising. And hiding my web camera once again, just to show you the chat here, we got 200 acuity once again, but it's one time per character, so 200 acuity right there. Like, that is the easiest acuity of all time. Then we got 20 Kahiti Swarm Chitin, hopefully I said that correctly. We have Gloom Chitin, once again Chitin, hopefully I said it correctly once again. Soul Sigil, 75 leathers, and 20 honed bone shards. Now, in this case, I do think the skinny one looks way better than the tailoring one, so if I had to choose, I think I would go for the tailoring one, the skinny one I mean, but the tailoring one actually gave me the rare materials, writhing samples, plus ley line residues, so maybe those actually makes up for the difference, but I'm just more impressed. I'm more impressed by this, by the sheer quantity of items we're getting. 75 Gloom Chitin and 75 leathers, plus 2 times 20 of these rare species-specific materials. That seems pretty good to me. And then once again, if you don't have leatherworking, you can just sell all of this on the auction house and make gold from other people skilling up leatherworking. So if you have a bunch of alts, you want to do this early because people are skilling up their professions early in the expansion and you can sell these at an inflated price. Either way, that's pretty much what I have for you today. I mean, this is going to be video number 1 out of 2 today, but yeah, this is a really good thing to know about. And we knew that these bags gave you acuity. We did not know they gave you this many materials, so use it for all it's worth. If you have a bunch of alts, use it for what you can, and get some gold early. This will print gold. Either way, that's what I have for you, so once again, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm just trying to cover pretty much everything that I can to help you get as prepared as possible for the brand new expansion, so hopefully I'm able to do exactly that. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a sub, thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video very soon.